In 1929, tens of thousands of women in southeastern Nigeria rose up in a bold and fearless protest against British colonial oppression. Their voices shook the colonial powers, sending a message that no injustice could silence. This is the incredible story of the Aba Women's Riot.
My Pride Vault, your space for Africa's true stories.
A landmark moment of African resistance led by courageous women. During the early 20th century, Nigeria was under British colonial rule. The British imposed harsh laws and taxes, exploiting resources and people for their own gain. Traditionally, the Igbo people who lived in the southeastern region had their own social systems and ways of managing taxes and governance, especially respecting the roles women played in the society. However, the British colonial administration ignored these traditions. They introduced the policy to tax women directly, a radical change that threatens women's economic independence and social status. The news that women were to be taxed like men spread quickly. Women felt humiliated and deeply opposed the idea. In their culture, women did not bear such taxes, and the policy was such a direct attack to their dignity and community roles. Women from villages across the region organized secretly, holding meetings to plan their resistance. They sent delegations to the local colonial offices to protest, but their voices were ignored. The situation escalated when women heard that British officials were planning to enforce the taxes forcibly. This pushed thousands of women to march to the government in the town of Aba. By late November 1929, around 10,000 women gathered, many armed with traditional weapons like sticks and machetes, chanting songs and shouting slogans, demanding justice. They broke into government buildings, destroyed tax records, and confronted colonial officers. The protest was highly organized, despite the spontaneous appearance, showing the strength of women's networks and leadership. The colonial authorities responded by sending police and military forces to suppress the uprising. Clashes broke out, with many women injured and arrested. Despite the brutal crackdown, the women's determination did not falter. The British were shaken by the scale and intensity of the protest. They were forced to reconsider their tax policy and the way they governed local communities. The riot had a lasting impact on Nigeria's anti-colonial struggles, inspiring further resistance against oppressive colonial policies. It also highlighted the critical role women played in political activism, a story often overlooked in the history books. Today, the Aba Women's Riot is remembered as a powerful symbol of female resistance and empowerment in Africa. It reminds us that women were and continue to be at the forefront of struggles for justice, equality, and freedom. Their courage echoes in movements worldwide, advocating for human rights. The Aba women showed that no force can silence the voices of those united for justice. Their riot was not just a protest, it was a declaration that women's strength and resolve are forces to be reckoned with. If the story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us for more powerful stories of African history that honor the heroes often forgotten.